Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the White Knuckle Podcast, episode number 92, a special episode here at the 2019 ATA show in Louisville, Kentucky. I've got our team in the hotel room. We got back from day one, and we're just going to do a short recap of what we thought was interesting, not so interesting, or maybe just odd. Whatever the case may be, this will just be a short episode of what we saw. So I'll start out by, I guess I'm gonna steal one from somebody inevitably, and that was the surprise for me was walking by Grizzly Coolers and seeing that Grizzly Coolers they didn't just have coolers, they had a roto-molded box blind, essentially. What caught my eye about the whole thing was the fact that you can take an ozonics unit and set it up in each of the north, south, east, or west facing sides of that stand. And my first concern was, well, how's it going to get air to pull through there? But with the easy mount set on the back of your ozonics machine, it would give enough room so that it's sort of tilted down a little bit and is able to pull enough clean air through there. So that was one of the cool things that I saw. Dave, how about you?
Oh, put me right on the spot.
I am.
I was on a boot kick today. I stopped by Crispy Boots, Kenetrack. Some of these companies that come here that are traditionally Western style boots and are building big stiff boots to appease Western, I shouldn't say appease, but to service Western hunters who are going to carry a big pack through steep country and a lot of sideways ground, if you will. But just to see what they would say about for a Midwest turkey and whitetail hunter. Crispy Ed, was it Nevada? Nevada was the first one that stuck out at me, and then they've got a couple other ones which right now escape me, but definitely worth looking at if you're looking for a, what maybe call a better quality boot going that way. I was really impressed with Irish Setter. We did a little video with them. I think I'll definitely try out one of those Vapor Treks this fall. Yeah, seems like a nice lightweight boot. That
was a surprise.
Yeah, and they got a new pack boot too. So I think Irish Setter's got some things going on. So a couple more boot companies I want to hit tomorrow, but so far today that was impressive.
Cool. Whoever wants to go next, Ken?
No, I'm put on the spot. Honestly, I didn't get the chance to look at a whole lot. I know I like my new camera. But one of the things that I was pleasantly surprised with is Sitka Gear's new Fanatic system. And I've been using the Fanatic system for a couple of years now. And the Berber all the way down the front of the bibs will just get loaded up with burrs and anything else you pick up in the woods. Well, now it's a slicker finish that it'll easily wipe the burrs away and pick them off cleanly. So that was one of the things that I really liked. And
I've still got burrs in my Berber from 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, once you get them lodged in there, they don't come out. Fossilized. Fossilized cockaburs.
Right. Oh, yeah. Hey, one of the things that I saw that I thought was kind of cool, I like touching base with some of the smaller companies, upstart companies, and we touched base for a good while with the guys at Scrape Stick, and I showed them some photos that Colleen and I had taken over a couple different scrape sites, and just kind of got their word of mouth, from the horse's mouth story of the kind of the upstart of the company and what they're trying to do and what their kind of goals are and how they came across the idea. It's pretty cool to talk to guys like that. They've got kind of a small idea and they nurture it and boom, they're to market. And it's pretty cool to just see somebody that's got some initiative in the industry that just wants to try and do their best. And it's good to talk to people like that. And another one of the things that Colleen and I just saw was those we were just talking about, those gut check indicators that are arrow wraps that can tell you whether or not you've definitively, like, yes, this arrow has passed through the gut contents of an animal, and it's all pH based from their gastric contents, and it's got a kind of a reflective wrap on there, and it's a really neat little idea, and the pricing on it is actually pretty cheap for that kind of maybe peace of mind that at the end of the moment of truth, do I keep going? Do I back out? Do I leave him overnight? If that gut check indicator works like it's supposed to, then you got your proof. He's gut hit. Let's leave. Like, it's not a guess. It's not a like weird woodsmanship, smelling the leaves and licking things and stuff, oddball stuff like that. You know how it goes when you're in that situation. There's a lot of uncertainty, and I just feel like that little tool might give you the better, like, yes, let's go, let's leave, or in some states that are legal, get a dog or what have you. But those are two products I kind of just liked, kind of niche products are kind of cool. And one of the big things that I really enjoyed was not product based was the unveiling of the new non-typical world record that was shot with archery tackle. Luke Brewster shot him in just a couple counties north of where Colleen and I live, not far from where Scotty lives, and it's quite a deal. So that's it.
That's all right.
We got company in here now.
Yeah, housekeeping.
What's up, guys?
We're just recapping.
Keep going, Dave.
Well, a couple of things. It not necessarily back to the Sitka product line, but I think Amy Clint and I had the opportunity to talk to Jim Hole, who was talking about the bow zone up in Canada, and that was just fascinating. And he did talk about the gear and what it takes to survive up there in a bow stand, but just to hear about an extreme whitetail hunt under conditions that I can't understand was really interesting. And I think he's got a lot of insight into gear and how to make a hunt like that work. So I really enjoyed that. And the other thing I just want to talk about, we have a Mystery Ranch meeting tomorrow, but how many compliments and questions we got about the Treehouse pack as we wore it around. We probably overloaded it with gear because it got pretty heavy by the end of the day, but a lot of good feedback on that.
We had people stop us and ask.
Yeah, people want to know how it worked, so it was great.
Cool. Jason here again. I guess I'm gonna take an easy one, and that was the I guess all of the Lone Wolf custom gear. I'm just gonna touch on the saddle hunting platform, which is pretty slick. I think that it will be one of the best saddle hunting platforms out there, if not the best. I like the design of it. Certainly it was well thought out. Looks to be pretty sturdy and well built. I'll let somebody else touch on the rest of it. Who wants to go next? Scott? Clint?
I got something else other than gear.
Okay. Go ahead.
Something that I really liked about being here is I got to talk to some guys that have been a constant inspiration to me through video and photography. While we were in the Sitka booth, I got to talk to Stephen Drake for a while about his sheep hunts and mountain goat hunts, and he says he's never actually pulled the trigger. He's always just been behind the camera, and the stuff that this guy puts out is phenomenal. And part of it is the country that he's in, and it's beautiful, and it's always he's a inspiration to me just to make my photography and my video that much better. So that's one thing that I really liked is the amount of talented people that are at this place is great.
That's well put. Yeah, that is on the same token. I got to visit with, again going back to him, Luke Brewster, the guy that shoots a 320-inch non-typical with a bow, that's knocked off bucks that we've all looked at and read stories about, like the Hole in the Horn and the Monarch, and those bucks were found. And it just goes back to me, that's so cool that he's just a regular humble guy that's with his friends, and it's really the human portion of this whole hunting thing that we all enjoy so much. It was really refreshing to sit back and just talk to him. The guy could have an ego a mile wide. He's got 320 inches. Bull elks don't score that. This is a whitetail that's right out our back door, essentially. And just to hear the story from his mouth, and I'm sure he was tired of telling it, he just tells it like it is and how it was, and he's not there to self-promote. He's not there to promote really anyone. It's the animal that's the most important, and I felt like that they did a really good job of covering that. It was an honor just to shake his hand and meet him and talk about all that.
All right, I just want to touch on that while I still had it fresh in my mind, but we can revert back to the Lone Wolf custom gear. And one of the things that I was impressed with was the packability of this new stand-in sticks. Whenever you can stack 2 sticks on each side of the seat post on the stand, and the profile is no higher than the seat post itself. That is pretty impressive. I was blown away by that. That was a really well thought out design.
You got nothing else? I don't really have anything else that can't wait till tomorrow, Clint.
I don't believe so.
You're good. Todd, you got anything to say?
Let's have a beer.
Todd says, let's have a beer. I guess that'll be it. Jason out.
Good job, guys. Those were very